Hello. What is up, everybody? Can you hear me, first of all? Always want to make sure that the audio is working. Hey, Eugene. Yeah, tell me who's here. I always like to know who's here. Let me know if you have done the 5-day challenge. Tell me if you are a 5-day challenger. That's kind of a fun thing. A challenger. Loud and clear. Awesome. Thank you so much. So good to B2Fab. B2Fab. Love that B2Fab music. I'm going to give everyone like a second for the internet to kick in, to refresh their page. Don't you hate it when you're on trainings and people are like gurgling through cups? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a straw. This is for musicians, audiophiles. Like, we can't have unnecessary sounds or preventable ones. I used to share an office space, like just a room downstairs with my husband when we moved into this house. And a couple weeks into it, he had the audacity to come into this room, this shared workspace, and eat a carrot. I was like, I'm moving today upstairs. The things that come into our ears are important when we're musicians. Come on now. All right. So what's happening today? What's happening today is I'm going to be super laser. I'm going to talk quick, but this is the same link that you can find the replay so you can watch it at half speed, because I am a musician just like you, and I am committed to giving you a lot of value and not wasting your time, because there are songs to be written and singles to promote and all that stuff. So what we're going to do today is have a great little bit of turbo learning, as I like to call it. I'm going to have some giveaways, like really cool packages of fun stuff. So stick around for that. I'm going to tell you how to go dive deep with me. And I'm not talking scuba diving, although that was my first job out of college, was scuba diving for the government. But no, seriously, if you want to do deep dive. And then I'm going to do live Q&A, because you're going to get some questions that are going to come up throughout this training. And that's okay. This is some overwhelming stuff, especially if you're kind of just wrapping your head around it. And I got you. So I'm going to stick around and answer all the questions. If I'm presenting, I'm going to share my screen, because I prepared some things for you. I'm not just winging it, although I could. If you have questions and I don't see it, it's okay if you type it again when I'm doing the Q&A, just to make sure that I see it. Because I'm a very slow reader. So when I'm reading my slides, I want to make sure I don't mess anything up for you. Okay, cool. All right. I love the people that are here again. If you were in the 5-day email challenge, which is also on YouTube, you can watch it for at least another week. It was super fun. We dove a little bit deeper than what I'll be doing today, but you will also get to see the stuff that we learned in the 5-day email challenge in a different context. I'm sort of changing up how I present this stuff. So this is going to be really good. It's always good to hear new information more than once in more than one way. So that's what today's going to be. If you're just joining today, I am so excited that you're here. That's perfect too. Yay. All right. So I think that was good. I'm so prompt. I just like to start on time. So I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to share my screen. Robin, I love the carrots. So awesome. Richard, you can't get enough of me. Thank you. So much great stuff going on here today. All right, so let me share my screen, because I've got some slides for you. I know some people are visual learners and some people like to listen. So I'm going to read my slides. I know there's some people with seeing challenges. Do not worry. I will read every single word that's on the slides. You're not missing anything. So I'm so glad that you're here. I really appreciate that. And yeah, and if you'd like to listen and take your own notes, you can do that too. So it's all good. So I'm going to share my screen here. You should be able to see a little slide that says how I made 20K from a 2K list. So listen, a lot of people think that an email list, you need thousands and thousands and thousands of people for it to be effective and to make you money. And that is simply not true. And it also doesn't mean that you can only ever promote from that to them once. I have made $20,000 multiple times from my fan list. So that's the thing that's happening. By the way, if you hear any sounds, all week long, insider scoop here, I've been sitting on an ice pack because my back has been kind of out. So I've been trying to hide it pretty well, but this one is crinkly. So the whole audio file sound, I got to honor and acknowledge the fact that we have sensitive ears as musicians. Okay. So with Cheryl Binglehart, which is me. So here we go. We're going to dive in and we're going to share this, this whole email list thing with you. Cause listen, I get that it's not a fun topic. It's not sexy. It's not like, oh, get your music on TV shows. Oh, get your music on a massive Spotify playlist. Like those things are interesting. And you're like, yes, I want to learn that because that is fun. And there's a little bit of the glamour numbers involved there. But to me, email is sort of a long-term game. It's also one that you can see return on investment very, very soon after you start digging into it. So very excited here. With Cheryl Binglehart, that's me. Look at me. I love music. Okay. So I am on a mission today. I will provide the easiest way for any artist, regardless of where they are in their fan gathering process, to have a supportive, engaged, and profitable email list and show how to create more money and or results, because sometimes money is not the goal. It's not the game we're playing, and that's okay too. So how to create more money and or results, depending on what you want from that list, than any other element of the music career. That's what my mission is today. Cool. That's a good mission. So today we're going to cover the biggest email mistake that you're probably making. Actually, I'm going to cover like 20 email mistakes you're probably making. The first one's newsletters. I literally can't help myself, you guys. Don't send newsletters. Newsletters are a thing of the past. People don't click on a lot of links in emails anymore. We're in a social media culture of one photo, one caption, one topic. So scroll one. Email is the same way. There's a lot of differences about email, which we'll get into in a second. But you want to treat email like that intimate, oh, this is an interaction that's not going out in the public, like a post on your social media page. Cool. So we don't send newsletters. We don't talk about newsletters. Newsletters are like vanity things. They're like billboards. No one needs an update on you. People want connection and they want opportunities to contribute and be part of a story. So we don't send newsletters anymore. If you are here, you no longer send newsletters. Great. Okay. We're going to also cover 4 easy things that you can do this week in these 4 categories. 4 things you can do this week to select your email strategy, which is unique to you. Something we forget as musicians, that we can actually choose this path, right? We're also going to expand your list, find actions to expand your list, grow it, connect with that list through your content and what you're actually writing and when you're sending it, and collect from that list, AKA collect money, monetize it without feeling sleazy, right? Because people are like, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to sell. I'm just going to say this and get this out of the way right now. If you have that conversation in your head, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to send too many emails. I don't want to sell. That is just a mask. It translates, those conversations in your head translate to, I don't have anything worth talking about or anything of value. That's what that means. When a musician says to me, I don't want to burden people, that's what I'm hearing is I'm actually not worth listening to, which is very sad to me. So we're going to take that little story and say, thank you for keeping me small and safe and for not putting myself out there. But now I'm ready. I'm ready because I'm creating great stuff and I'm ready to share it with people who are going to love it. And shame on me for not sharing it with people who are going to love it. People are going to love it. And we should give them the opportunity to get to hear it. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. You're also going to get an opportunity to master this email thing with me, like I said, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make a huge change for your music career by having a magical relationship with your fans, by distilling thousands of hours I've spent on this topic. You guys, I'll tell you how dorky I am about this, but I'm legit dorky about this. Roger says, I'm tired of sending newsletters. Newsletters are super stressful to write. Roger, I'm totally with you. I used to spend I think it was literally an entire day. Every month I'd be like, oh my God, I haven't sent a newsletter to my email list yet. And I'd spend a day finding the links and writing the stuff and checking the links and formatting it. And I don't know where the time went. There's some weird newsletter vacuum. No more. Newsletters, no more. Okay. So magical relationships with our fans. Onwards. Okay. So you're in there, you'll see in the chat, I attract a lot of positivity. So there are going to be people that have questions and stuff, but everyone is awesome. We are all musicians. Some of us are artists and not musicians, like authors or photographers, and that is awesome too. This stuff applies to anyone. And I use music as an example, but I learned email marketing through myself as a guinea pig, through other musicians. I also took some courses, and one of my favorite ones, they taught email marketing using a mattress company, like selling mattresses. I was like, this is not applicable to me. And guess what? A lot of these concepts are completely universal. So you are with like-minded musicians, and generally the people who are in this kind of training are people that know they're in it for the long haul, because it's not easy stuff to wrap your head around and to set up. We're going to be talking a lot about automating and setting yourself up now, so you don't have to think about broadcasts and newsletters and the stressful part of email. We're going to make it be this tool that you end up falling in love with. But there's really no point in doing that if you're not really sure you want to do your art for the long term. If you're like, I just like playing songs for myself, that's amazing. But you're here with other people that are like, no, my music is my business. So you are in good company, lots of other people. These are some people that I loved working with in the past. So just very quickly about me, because who the actual heck cares about me? But just so you know that I'm like a person, these are my 5 recent records. I'm a singer-songwriter. I've had 40 TV commercial placements. I've toured all over the world. I've fan funded 2 records for $20,000 each. With a fan list of under 2,000, which is what this webinar is about, you guys. My fans, without me asking, last summer they funded a billboard ad in the Grammy preview, like a full page ad, and got my record Luminary to be #1 on iTunes and Amazon. Like my fans are ridiculous. I love them so much. I'm also a composer. This is actually how I got started in the music industry. I've done over 60 scores for College Humor, a dozen documentaries, short films, a bunch of commercials. Ziploc Honey Nut Cheerios was my favorite one with the grumpy cat. Kia, that sort of stuff. And a lot recently, I've been doing some social justice choral work. A piece of mine, I collaborated with Martin Luther King Jr.'s goddaughter in February, and it was featured in People magazine this year, which is really cool. And I'm writing a Broadway musical. So there you go. I'm a full-time musician too. And I learned this stuff, and I was like, gosh darn it, I gotta tell people about it, create some trainings. And so that's what we do. And just really quickly, like I'm very busy, and I love being busy. So I'm not like, I just want to let you know that this is like something I love doing, this kind of presentation. So my life looks like, where I made my record last year was a tiny little mountain town in Greece. That was the piano inside that room. And that was my first new age record, which did really, really well. And another one is coming out in July. I'm literally like sending mixes to my mixer. He knows I'm on a webinar. I was like, don't send me mixes because I'm going to want to stop the webinar and listen to them. So he knows not to send them to me right now. I sang with Social Justice Choir on this stage in France. And then I went to a film festival that a score I did was in Spain. I had auditions for this musical that I was working on. And I speak in front of a lot of people. Right now it's all digital, but that's me at the CD Baby conference, and apparently I was saying something very important with my fist up. And I run an awesome mastermind called Amplify for musicians looking to level up. So this is kind of the gist of my life. And so the things that drive me are clarity, connection, and communication. These 3 things are my shtick. This is what I teach. This is what I practice. When something is off for me, or I'm feeling like I'm in a breakdown, I take a look at what am I not clear on for myself? Because if I'm not clear on what I want, my fans are not going to be clear on what to do. Like, first and foremost, I'm going to say that a couple times probably throughout this training, but if you are not clear on what you want for your music career and you're just kind of following what other people did and doing what you think you should be doing, no one else is going to know how to show up for you. Connection. Am I reaching out to people? Am I asking for help? Am I collaborating in a way that's meaningful and going to move me forward? And how's my communication? Am I pitching in a powerful way? Am I talking about the things that need to be talked about, or am I sort of tangenting? So communication is really key. Cool. All right. So we're going to keep it simple, but I like these 3 C's, and this is sort of the crux, the foundation of what works for me in my life. I'm also a mind reader, you guys. You're like, oh, I'm doing email training with a witch. Cool. See my nail polish? Doesn't that mean I'm a witch? So here's what I know. Here's what I know that some of you are thinking, and I bet you've thought at least one of these things. So tell me which one you are. If I'm a mind reader, okay? You all are like, you can't read my mind. Watch. Okay. You've thought, I've tried to get a handle on email before. How will this training be any different? Because it's me. I'm different. How's that for a nice cop-out answer? It can't be that easy. It's not that easy. I run email challenges because I call them email challenges instead of email easies. It is not easy, but having a profitable music career in general is not easy. And this tool, email, will give you the biggest leg up. And I'll show you why in a couple minutes. Thanks, Cynthia. Cynthia says you're totally funny. I appreciate that. All right. You thought, why are you sharing this with me if you're a real musician? You guys, I get this from like really lame dudes usually. Because I can't help it. How many of you like teach music? I think that musicians like sharing music and teaching, I think there's got to be some correlation, because I know so many successful musicians that also still really love teaching. So it's one of these things. When I learned all this stuff and I went down the rabbit hole of email marketing, I just felt like I can't not share this with other indie musicians. And here's the other thing about email. When we are doing email correctly, you're going to be teaching your fans how to be great fans, not just to you, but to other musicians, which means they're going to go start doing the things you're teaching them how to do with other musicians. So we are actually doing a very big service for the independent musician community on a whole. So I don't know why wouldn't I do this? You know? So maybe you thought, I don't want to bother my subscribers with the emails, which is like, first of all, I totally get it. But also it's so cute because they signed up literally to get emails from you. And you're like, but I don't want to send any. You're so cute. So we're going to handle that. And I kind of already handled that, but I'm going to say it again. I don't want to bother. It translates to, I don't have anything worth saying. And you 1000% do. You 1000% do. Cool. Okay. And maybe you thought, I don't have any time to put into my email. I'm just here to listen, which is totally great. I am one of those people, you hear like, you get what you put into it. If you just sit here, you're going to get something like by osmosis. That is the design of me. So you can just let this pour over you. I mean, if you take notes and you start implementing stuff and like do the things I'm going to give you very actionable things to do. I'm not a fan of inspiring people. You're like, sick, come again. When I go to music conferences and I leave inspired, but then I have no idea what to do with that inspiration, I get very frustrated and pissed off. So anytime I am on a panel or I'm teaching something, I make sure that you have the next step to take, the very next step, and probably a couple steps after that, because inspiration only lasts for a little while. And after I'm gone and I'm done making all of the jokes here, you're going to be like, okay, cool. Email's really important. Oh crap. What do I do? So don't worry. I got you. And yeah, you're going to have to put some time into it, but that's because this will pay off more predictably than most other things like pitching for licensing, hoping to get on Spotify playlists and things like that. This actually has a clear return on investment path. So did I read your minds? Maybe I did. If not, if you're just like here and hanging, like, thanks. Yay. All right. So here are a couple things that an email list gives to you. I just want to get us all on the same page here before we really dive in. Connection through your content. Your emails literally are connecting with other people in a different way than social media. Social media is, hey world, I have a thing. And when people see your posts, they know that you've intended for lots of people to see it. Email is something that's a little more catered. It's a little more choice based. People can really curate their email inbox. And so when you're in someone's inbox, that's a special relationship. And it's also not based on time, like social media. You have to post at a certain time and there's algorithms and stuff. Like everyone will get to your email eventually. Whether or not they open it depends on your subject lines. And that's up to you and your content. We'll talk about that later, but they'll see it. So that's cool. So you get connection, you get accountability. They want to see you succeed. So you're not alone. Right? This is good news. Like, this is very exciting, especially if you're just starting out. Like, first of all, if you're like, I don't have a list yet, but I know I'm like going down the music career path, like I am jealous of you. Like, to bring a baby email list along your growth journey is so exciting. And it's the perfect time to start. Of all the tools, like, you don't master a record when you just have demos, right? Like, I get that there is a path for certain things to do in your music marketing plan, right? And even in your music release plan. But if you can start your email list now and get this stuff set up for yourself, like, I am so jealous you're so set up. But it's also great accountability. Like, it took me about 2 weeks to hit send on the email when I said, I want to hit the Billboard charts with my new age album. Like, cause I knew once I set it to my fan list over email, I was like, it's going to be game on. Like, I'm going to be talking about sales. I'm going to have to like educate them what that even means and what they can do to help me. And then I was like, well, what if I don't get it? I'm going to feel stupid that I was playing this big game. I've been playing a Grammy game for 17 years, you guys, like since 2000 and end of 2003. So if you ask anyone in my life that knows me, anyone of my fans, anyone that's in Amplify, my mastermind, like, what does Cheryl want? Everyone's like, oh, a Grammy nomination. It's like, duh. Like, so everything I do, and right now it's just kind of like a milestone. It's actually not an end goal, but everyone knows what I'm up to. So when I said, okay, I want to play this Billboard game, my fans were like, game on, that's going to help the Grammy, right? What do we need to do? So they became my accountability team. Your email list will reveal your super fans. They will show themselves like sharing airline points, supporting your fan funding efforts, buying merch. It's going to be way more obvious to know who your super fans are than it is on social media. People commenting on social media are not super fans. For those of you who are like, I want my 1,000 true super fans, and you think you have those on your Facebook page because you have 1,000 followers on Facebook, let me tell you that a super fan buys stuff. Okay, repeatedly. We'll get into more of what that is, but it's way easy to define who they are on your email list, which is very cool. And lastly, your email list is going to help you achieve your goals. This is actually the number one reason why we create an email list. It's because there's a partnership you create the second someone subscribes that is all about you achieving your goals, which is like so awesome, right? Cool. Okay, so don't worry. I got you. If you're like, oh my God, email, I don't even know. Like, shh, everyone breathe. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, here we go. By the way, like no one else is really teaching this in the music industry. People like do little tips of the iceberg. So here's why I decided this was going to be my shtick, because I like a good challenge, and email is not sexy to talk about. I'm bringing the fun and the sexy back to email marketing. Maybe, we hope. So this is how email started for me. Like a very long time ago, 2003. I became friends with Sarah Bareilles. Sarah Bareilles was performing and I was like, you're amazing. She's like, you're amazing. And we were like, we'll be friends. And I got on her email list, and her email list was hilarious. And she told me early on and taught me that I can really be myself everywhere. I don't need to be one person for grandmother, one person for colleague, one person for my fans. I can tell the same stories, be the same person. So she and I became friends, and I was like, I'm going to take on my email list with a vengeance the same way she did. If anyone was ever on Sarah Bareilles' email list, she doesn't really send emails anymore, which is kind of a bummer. But I learned a lot early on, and I was like, this is the thing for me. So bye, Sarah. So I decided to go down a marketing mad rabbit hole and become actually a certified email marketing specialist from Digital Marketer. And this happened in 2018 because I had just fan funded my second CD very easily, very quickly. And I was like, okay, I'm doing email right, but how else could I optimize it? What else don't I know? So hence certification. Okay. All right. So no one in the music industry is doing email the right way. Like labels are sitting on, I think of the millions and millions of dollars they could be making with their email list, and it blows my mind. It just blows my mind. And I think this is the leg up for indie musicians. I'm just going to say that. Between you and me and YouTube. That's what I have to say about that. These are all the people and companies that think I'm awesome. And I'm just showing you in case you're like, oh, Rick Barker, I know him. Brie Noble, oh, Ariel Hyatt, oh, Michael Elsner. These are all people that have either sold my course or hosted me moderating panels on this stuff. So I'm just letting you know that I know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's enough of that. So here's my process. Turn subscribers into fans. A lot of musicians assume that when someone signs up for their email list that they are already a fan. They might be, but most often they're not, and we don't want to assume that they are. So our job is to turn the subscriber into the fan through our email content, through the stuff that we send them, through the stories we tell them, through the things that we sell them and promote them, and how we do that promotion. So then we turn our fans into super fans because that means they bought something. There's no such thing as a super fan that hasn't bought. So we have to get rid of the wonkiness around selling. Okay. Email is linear. For those of you who like a path of like, I want to do this and then I want to do this, and like, this is the action, then this is the next action. Like, you, yay, rejoice, because it's linear and it works and the odds are in your favor. Okay. A lot of other musicians agree. So Matt was on this training. He said, thanks, Cheryl. I'm sure you're where you're off. Awesome. Robert was like, I just want to let you know I've been using techniques from the webinar and they're producing amazing results. So I'm sharing these with you because I've done this before. This is not my first rodeo. I know how this goes. Spoiler alert, if you do a little bit of work, it goes very, very well for you. Charmin said, thank you because I'm a slow and late bloomer. Charmin's so cute. I'm getting there. And this journey started with you. And then Jan said, I've had amazing results. Initially crickets. Who else has crickets? Like you send stuff. Maybe you have a list already and you send stuff and no one replies. No one clicks. The open rates are low. We're going to talk about all that. And then Jan started using my method, which I'm going to tell you about in 1 second. And then suddenly people who never responded are writing back. It's been illuminating, fun, and real fanships are developing, which is the point. Okay, cool. Ready to go? So I like evidence. Like I told you, my first job out of college was scuba diving for the government, doing water quality research. I'm a scientist at heart. So I like my numbers and my data. So are you ready to hear some? Yes? Because I see you, and I'm ready to go. If you're like, I'm not so sure, but we're gonna be ready to go. So I created this because I wish I had it 12 years ago. 12 years ago, I was in the height of my touring and I was making records. I mean, I still am, and I'm busy, right? I could be hanging out with my dogs right now, but instead I'm here with you. That's Enzo and Winston. Aren't they so cute? So I'm making the time for you. So you're going to get my best. All I ask is that you give me your best, which means don't just sit there and let it wash over you. You'll still get stuff if you do. It's fine. But I'm going to give you the actual things to do to make a huge difference for you. So I would be sad if I met you in 3 months or 6 months and you were like, I love the webinar, but I didn't do anything you suggested. I'd literally stand there and cry in front of you. Okay. So what will you do what it takes to get your email list handled? Like that's what we're talking about today. Okay. Just taking like an hour and a half. We're going to get it handled. You do not need to wait 17 years. Like it took me 17 years. You do not need to wait that long. Okay. Because you're going to get the connection, you're going to get the income, and you're going to get the accountability, right? So first thing we need to do is we need to define what does success look like for you, because it looks a lot different for a lot of people. And a lot of musicians like to say things like success looks like releasing music and having a lot of people hear it. What the heck does that mean? It means getting my music out there. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. No one knows what that is. In Amplify, we call this a champagne win. A win so specific, a goal so specific that everyone knows when to break out the champagne, when you get it, you know, or the whiskey or the chocolate or whatever the thing is. So this time is for you. So let's define some goals. So I'm going to throw out some things. Maybe it's to get 500 subscribers in 6 months, or 1,000, or 10 personal replies to an email that you send. Or maybe it's that your list shows up when you have a new record and they pre-save and pre-buy singles. Maybe it's showing up and filling your shows, your live streams, whatever we're doing now, right? Maybe it's dozens of fans subscribing to your Patreon page every month. Like, hello, consistent income. Love that idea. What if that success happened? Like, what would be possible? What would make a difference for you in your life, in your music career, bills, all the things, right? What would be possible? Think about it. Cool. So let me throw out a bunch of email statistics because I told you I like numbers. I'm going to tell you what the important ones are. You can take a screenshot of this if you want when I'm done. And it's kind of small font because there's a lot here. So I'm just going to read these real fast. Ready? Buckle in. Take a big breath. Stretch it out. Customers who purchase products through email spend 138% more than those who don't receive email offers, which means you're going to make 138% more than if you post on social media. So that's a good number. 73% of millennials identify email as a preferred means of communication. For every $1 spent on email marketing, $44 is made in return. So that means when you spend, $30 to $50 or $100 a month on your email marketing platform, you're going to make $44 for every dollar you spend. Whether you're running ads to get new people, spending it in other ways, it's a very good return on investment. Whether you buy a course on it. A study of 1 billion emails revealed that video emails see click rates 96% higher. We'll talk about video emails versus non-video emails. This just means a picture of a video and sending people to a video. We want to change it up. We don't want to do that every time. But that just means that people are interested in your content. An average list is going to get between $1 and $2 per subscriber per month if being used correctly. I'm going to dig into this statistic in the next slide. Newsletter formats for emails are gone, and adding interaction into your emails is the way to go. So again, videos is a good idea, can increase click rates. 58% of us check email before any other social media platform, including the CEO of Facebook. And then trying to reach your fans is the main goal. And with 49% of emails being opened on a mobile device, there's a whole new way to engage with your fans and give them music they've been wanting. And 23% of people who open on a mobile device will open the same email later. This is good news. This is very good news. People who say their goal out loud to someone else are 39% more likely to achieve it. This is a weird statistic. You're going to be like, why is she sharing this one? People who share regular updates are 76% more likely to get it. That's a not email related goal. That's a goal related goal. Oh boy, this is why we need to be really specific with our fans and give them updates, because they can help us achieve our goals up to 76% more likely when we are sharing with them. What? Okay. The fact, the one I said I was going to come back to, is for every one subscriber, you can be, when you're doing email correctly, you can be making $1 per month. So let's look at this for a second. 1,000 subscribers, that's $12,000 a year. If you had 5,000 subscribers, that's $60,000 a year on the low end. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay. So in my Rocket Email course, because of course I have a course, someone named A shared with me recently that I love this, you guys. A non-friend, non-relative donor is funding $10,000, 55% of the estimated budget for my new record. That's from an email list of only 300 fans. So this is so cute. A non-friend, non-relative donor is called a super fan. That's a fan. That is a fan. So right there, $300 a month, getting 10, like it pays off, right? It's pretty good. So will you do what it takes to get your email handled so that this pot of gold you are sitting on, whether you have a list or you're thinking of building one, becomes a consistent source of income and connections? Just give me a yes in the chat box if you are like, yes, I'm on board. We are on the same page here. I will do what it takes. It is time to get email handled. If I can do it, 100% you can do it. You do not need scuba diving skills to do this. I do have those skills, but you do not need them, nor do I teach them. Okay, so are we ready? Are we ready? Where's my thing? Oh, so here's what I need from you. Here's what I need to do. We're all on board that email is valuable, right? Down with it. Yes. Julia says yes. Steven says yes. I love it. Randall, I'm on board. I love that. Diane is a yes. Donald is a yes. Awesome. So we're all on board because we know that email is 5 times more likely to be seen than social media posts, and we'll get 140 times return on email, and that you 100% own it. We didn't even talk about like, oh, Facebook could go away. Like we know the MySpace story, right? Like that's why email is so important, because you own your email list. These are all the reasons why we are on the same page, right? And because there are 4.9 billion email addresses, and Facebook is 1/3 of that. Do you know that you need an email in order to sign up for social media? So if you're like, oh, kids don't have emails. Yes, they do. If they're on social media, they needed an email to sign up for that social media platform, you know? Okay. So we're all clear. It's important to do email the right way or we're missing out big time, right? Right. Okay, cool. Repeat after me, everyone. I am a master of email. Okay, no more of this like, it's hard, I can't do it, I don't want to be bothered. Like, I'm a master of my email. I'm a master of email. The reason I want you to say that out loud, type it, say it, whatever, have people in your house think you're crazy, it's fine. When you're a master of your email, what you're actually a master of is connecting with your fans and distributing your music. It's not about getting your music out there. It's about bringing people in to your music. And I really need you to get that. Like, do you get that? Like at your core, there's no point in spending a ton of money creating a CD that no one will hear if you're in it for the music business. If it's for you to hear, absolutely. But I don't think you'd be on this training if that was you, right? Yes. Randall's a master of email. Cynthia's a master of email. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Really great. Little mindset work here, guys. I'm sneaking it in there. Sneaking it in. Okay. So this is not for everyone. Like, you need to want a list of human beings, like not goats. Human beings. You need to want connection. And listen, so many of the members of Amplify Musician Mastermind are introverts. And guess what? I'm actually a verbose social introvert, meaning I get my energy from being alone, not from being with people. So after this training, I'm going to take a nap. Like I'm going to be really tired because I'm an empath. I feel all your energy. There's, it's good stuff. But that doesn't mean that, I'm introverted or I'm shy or I don't like connecting to people. It's that I don't think that's actually true. I think all humans love connection. We just want to feel safe in that connection. And there's no safer place to be than email. Your email list is one of the safest places where you'll feel that connection. Okay. So you want to be here for the long haul. Because once you set up email, you're going to put some time and effort, and there's investments, money and time, if you want, into creating a system that really works for you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But why do it if you're like, I don't know if I want to be in this thing for the long haul? So my guess is that you're actually here for the long haul. And if you're not, cool, keep watching or don't. It's all good. But it isn't for everyone. But if you are someone who wants a fan base, this is for you. Okay, so on this webinar, my goal, just to reiterate, is to show you how a well-managed list can have an immediate impact on your bottom line, regardless of whether you have a huge list or if you haven't started yet. Sound good? Yes? Okay, so this is what we're covering today. These are the 4 topics: select, expand, connect, and collect. It does not stand for anything. Usually I'm a big fan of I almost said algorithms. Nope, that's not it. Oh God, I can't even think of the word. It's been one of those days. But it doesn't stand for anything. Okay. So let's start with select. A couple things that we have to select at first. We need to select our strategy, which is essentially what we want and the plan to get it. Okay. No, Sarah, it's not alliteration. What is it? Acronyms. Thank you, everybody. It's not an acronym. Okay. I will give you an acronym later that's really, really awesome, but I'm going to save it for later. Okay. So we need to first select our strategy, and then we need to select our technology. Okay. AKA the platform. How do we host our email? So let's start with the strategy. We need to know what we want. What is our ideal career? We need to know who is our ideal fan. We need to know this. You hear people talk about avatars, ideal fan. We need to know that. We're going to talk about that. And then we need to know what the journey both of those are going on. Because you're going on a career journey and the fan is going on a fan journey. And it's your job to take both along for the ride. Okay, so let's talk about that. What would your dream music career look like? What would be the same as now? So here's some questions to actually answer that. If you're like, I don't know, I just want to get my music out there. That's not going to inspire anybody to do anything. So we got to change that answer. So here are a couple of questions to help you sort of hone this. What would be the same as now? What do you love doing right now? What's working? What do you have that's working for you? What will be different? What's the day-to-day? What are you doing half the year, the other half, one day of the week, the rest of the days of the week? And don't worry about how to get there or the money. So if you were like, oh, it'd be amazing to do this, and then immediately another voice comes in and is like, but that's too expensive, or but you don't know how to do that, or like that sounds crazy, or you've only seen famous people do that. Tell those voices to just take a seat, because we're dreaming here, people. I haven't lost anyone from dreaming before, so I have very good survival rates on this slide. Okay? If you don't know the answer to this question, your fans definitely do not know either. So they're not going to know how to show up for you. That is why they're not replying, because they're just kind of like, oh, I don't know. Who are you? What are you up to? When you're like, I am up to this. Are you in? They're going to be like, yes. That's how it goes. Also, you deserve it. So if you don't think you deserve this, we just need to put that little voice aside too. There you go. So where are you now and where would you like to be? So what's it going to take to close that gap? So the way I like to think of this is if I hit you on the head with a magic wand, which I know is not how magic wands work, but someone told me the other day, maybe that's how your magic wand works. And I was like, okay, I feel seen. And I hit you on the side of the head with this magic wand and poof, you had the perfect music career. What does it look like? How far are we from where we are now? So you need to know where you are now, right? You can't go to point B, can't go to San Francisco, California if you don't know where you are. Are you in New York? Cool, we're going west. Are you in Seattle? Cool, we're going south. Are you in Mexico? Cool, we're going north. Like you need to know where you're starting in order to know what direction you're going. Okay, so we've got to close that gap. That's what we're doing on this call today. Cool. Okay. Why does my my mouse keep not liking to go next? We gotta go next here. All right. So closing the distance between where you are now and where you want to be is my superpower. Oh yeah, that is true. So that's ideal career. So you can take some time, write this out. I suggest after this, like journal this or share with a friend or talk to your bandmates, but get really clear on what is that ideal career. Then we want to know your ideal fan. If you had a room of 1,000 people and they were all clones of each other, who are the people that are going to buy your stuff, show up for you, do all the things, right? We really need to define this person and know that you cannot please everyone. So you can't say that your ideal fan is someone aged 20 to 90, all genders, lives in all parts of the country. Like, we absolutely need to name this person. So my avatar is named Molly. We want to get specific. We want to write a little bio for them. And it doesn't mean that we're excluding anybody. It just means that when we're making branding decisions and are we writing something, anytime we have a decision, we can think, what do I want? And what would my avatar want? And if you can get those aligned, you're going to have a really clear brand. This is actually branding tips 101. Cool. You need to have a niche. You need to know how to define your music, even if you're like, I'm not definable. You are. People like to be able to relate you to something they already know. You're going to have a much easier time attracting the right fans if you can say what your music is like easily. Okay. You gotta do that. Okay. You gotta do that. Okay. Look at the active fans of musicians who are like you. Who are they? So one way to do this, here's an action item nugget. I'm going to give you some gold nuggets throughout this. So write this one down. You can go to Instagram, find some of your favorite artists that you would consider are similar to you. And then look at their posts and look in the comments. Who are those people? First of all, start following those people, right? Because they're going to be like, who's this? And they'll start following you back. Instagram growth nugget right there. But look at that demographic. Who are they? Who are the people that are commenting and saying the positive things? Like, that is the start of your avatar, right? Do that for several different artists that remind you of you. Cool. So you want to do some research and get really specific. Cool. All right, so ideal career, ideal fan, and then the journey. Whoa, look at this graphic. Okay, so in the bottom left, we got some pink people. This is where they come from, okay? These are your subscribers. Maybe they're coming from Facebook ads. Maybe they're coming from a live show you did. Maybe a friend referred them to you. Cool? They sign up for your email list. They go to a form on your webpage, and they become a subscriber. They put in their first name and their email, and that goes to your email platform. Then you send them emails that are already set up, ready to go, that you don't have to think about. They're telling your story. They're giving away some free content. You're sharing some videos. And then they start to become not just subscribers, they become fans. Then you say, oh, hey, I've got a new item in my merch store. And you do a rise series, which is what I call the series when we're promoting something to rise them from fan to customer. Then they buy something, and then they buy something again, and then they become a super fan, which means they're going to start talking about you and become an advocate, telling other people about you, bringing more people into the subscriber level and perpetuating that growth circle. Cool. That's the journey that it's your responsibility to take these fans on from subscriber through to super fan. Okay. That's the journey, the fan journey. We got to love that. So now let's talk about technology, because that's a key part of this. When you grab that email, how does that work for you? So let's talk about the different kinds of platforms. If you already have a platform, lean back, get a drink. I'm going to talk just very briefly about the 3 different kinds of platforms and how to choose yours if you don't love the one you're on, or you're just starting and you're about to choose one. So there are 3 kinds. I like to call them basic, designated, and advanced. So basic is basically, hold on, but I'll just keep it here. The basic is like Wix or Bandzoogle, right? They are website hosts, and they have the ability for you to put a form and collect emails and maybe send out a free download, like a free song. That's the only automation they allow. There's generally not much bells and whistles. You can't schedule things out. You can't tag people, segment. I'll talk about what all those things mean in a second. So that is definitely like the basic. That's why I call this category the basic category. It will work. And here's the thing. It's a great place to start if you are just starting out. So you can always export all of the contacts you have and easily import to a different platform. I've changed platforms 4 times, and I'm now like with the platform that I'm going to be with forever. But if you want a basic, I am a big fan of Bandzoogle. So if you are like, I'm not sure, I need a website still, you can go to inthekey.co, this link down here /make a site, and that will give you 2 weeks free to try it out and 15% off if you decide you want to stick around and actually pay the website hosting fee, which is common. Every single site charges you a monthly fee around, I don't know, between $10 and $25, depending on levels. Okay, cool. So inthekey.co/make a site is what I refer to as Bandzoogle for the basic. Designated. This is the platform that is designed to do email. So this is your MailChimp. This is your Kajabi. This is your MailerLite and your Aweber and your Flowdesk and your all of the things, right? Okay. Designated. This allows you to automate your emails, to write them ahead of time, to put them into series, to tag them based on behavior. So if someone clicks on something, you can send them into a series. It's like, hey, I saw you were interested in that thing in my merch store, but you didn't buy it yet. Did the link work? Is it too expensive? And you can actually like send a specific series based on people's behavior, which is very, very cool, right? Behavior can trigger something as simple as they sign up for your email list. That filling out that form triggers a welcome series. You're allowed to do that in all of these designated sites, right? A lot of them price based on your contacts. I've heard so many musicians, one of the bigger mistakes, here's a nugget for you, that musicians make is, I'm about to hit the 500 subscriber and I don't want to grow my list anymore because then I'm going to have to pay another $50 a month. Cool. If you have 500 subscribers, you should be making $500 a month on your email. So you don't want to stay small because you're nickeling and diming your system here. You want a system that works for you and grows with you. I'm a big fan of Kajabi. Kajabi allows you to host your website, your products, and your email list, among other things. It's one of the more expensive ones, but it doesn't change based on your subscribership, which is awesome. And it's what I currently use. And if you're interested in that, again, you can try it out for free in inthekey.co/Kajabi. And if they're running a deal, that link gets you any discounts there. I think Kajabi is designated and advanced. Advanced is a CRM, like Infusionsoft. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and Infusionsoft, HubSpot, Salesforce have all sorts of different, very robust tools. I used to work with Infusionsoft, so I know what advanced looks like. It is you can go down so many complicated rabbit holes. And it's one of the reasons I came back to Kajabi, that does do a lot of advanced stuff, but also keeps things very, very focused and all in one. So I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of getting the data there. So you want to think about your budget. You want to think about where you are now with your list and your potential growth. Again, it's not hard to switch platforms, but it is always better to just get set up the way you want to in the beginning and then not have to transition. It's always kind of a pain to switch sites or, all that sort of stuff later. Okay, so here's the real thing. People are like, what's the best platform for me? The best platform for you is the one that you're going to use and learn and love. I'm going to say that again because this is just it's a little cheeky, but I'm actually dead serious. The best platform for you to host your email list on is the one that you will use, learn, and love. Okay. Oh, I love this. Thanks so much. Soul's Calls. It said, Cheryl, your nugget paradigm shift for me. It's not about getting your music out there. It's about bringing the people to your music. Yeah, totally. Love that. Okay, here we go. So we were selecting. Let's just quickly talk about some technology things because we're still selecting our technology and we want to know what we are choosing. Automated versus broadcast. Automated emails work up front and then you leave it. You could go on vacation. You could get kidnapped by aliens and people would still be getting content from you, which is awesome. It's based on subscribers' behavior, triggers emails, triggers when to send emails. Like the example I used, they sign up for the website, it triggers a welcome series. They click on something that they get tagged, that triggers a different series. They finish a series, like they finish your welcome series, they get put into a nurture series, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Automated, there are ways to get personal, because people know they're on a list. They know that they're sort of pre-scheduled out. One way is to talk to them as one person. So one of the big mistakes, here's a mistake nugget, is when I see musicians saying, hey guys, thanks for coming to my show last night. You all are so great. Like, no. That's not going to make anyone feel special. Hello. It meant a lot to me that you took the time to show up last night to my live stream, Talk to them as if you're talking to a friend. Sign it. Even if you're a band, sign the email from one person. Hey, this is Mike, the drummer from whatever band, or whoever signing off from it's like that extra one-to-one person. That's what email is. Use merge tags. Merge tags are the thing that allow you to personalize the email. So you can say, dear so-and-so, and in your email, it will say like, it will have some weird, it will look like that, like merge tag. And then when someone gets it, it will say, hello, Molly. Dear Molly, right? And that makes it feel a little more personal. And you can definitely do that with the designated or the advanced platforms. Cool. So a broadcast is a one-time email. This is our newsletter, right? You send it out when you've got something to say. Okay. And it's based on your timing, not the subscriber's timing. So if it's like Tuesday, you send out an email like, hey, I have a live stream on Friday. If someone signs up for your email list on Wednesday, they're not going to get that email unless you repurpose that content into a series later, which you can definitely do. You can, yeah. Oh, look at me. I'm so ahead of myself. You can repurpose those emails. So for example, in February, I got featured in People Magazine for a social justice choir piece that I composed, and I wanted to tell my list about it, of course. Do I want to tell future people that sign up for my list that that was a thing that happened? Of course. So I took that email that I sent to my fans and I just changed the language a little bit so it was a little more timeless. And then I put it into one of my nurture series as like, hey, this is a thing that was a highlight for me. So, I kind of had already written it and it was really easy to tack it onto one of my nurture series. Cool. I'm going to talk about when I went like nurture series. What? I see you. I see you. Okay. Oh, there's that thing, and the best platform for you is the one that you will use. All right, so that was select. You got to select your strategy. You got to select your technology. The two work together. Let's talk about expanding. This is like the awareness and growth part of email. Like, how do you talk about and grow the list? Well, you want to give them something up front. It's so easy to say, hey, I have something to give you. Where should I send it? You can talk about it online. You can talk about it offline. Yes, even during a pandemic, although it's much easier to talk about it online during a pandemic. So the gift, let's talk about the gift. Ask not, will you join my email list? Rather, I have a gift for you. Where should I send it? Okay. Way cooler and way more likely to get some to be like, yes, I will tell you where to send it. This is my email. You can also say, on that form, you'll be part of my online world and I'll keep you in the loop with stories, releases, and other fun stuff via email. Cool. Like, let them know they're signing up for an email list. Like, don't be weird about it. People know that this is a thing, right? So you want this gift to be easily consumable. So you don't want it to be like an hour-long documentary on your last tour. Remember, they're not fans yet. So you don't give them really cool behind-the-scenes stuff that the fans are going to love, like absolutely great content for later. Give them something easy to download, easy to listen to. And even if you're like, oh, people don't listen, my fans don't listen to download, or no one downloads CD, it doesn't matter. It's about the gesture. They're giving you something important, their email, and you're saying, I see you. I'm going to give you something that's important to me too. Cool. Okay. So you want to talk about it. You have an email list. You want to talk about it. How many live streams have I gone to where the musician never mentions their email list and I pull my hair out? So many. Don't be weird. Put the link everywhere. Put the link everywhere. Put it on your webpage. Put it on your social media. Put it on your Facebook page. Put it in your email signature. Put it in your Facebook ads. Put it in your partnerships. Oh yeah, these are ways to grow your list. Facebook ads and partnership email list cross promotion. So when you're in my Facebook group, My World for Rock Your Email List, which is my program I have that's like the deep like start to finish guide of email, which I'll tell you about, of course. You know that you're surrounded by other musicians that have their welcome series set up, that have cool emails, that know how to do email right. You want to create partnerships with those people so you can send your fans to go download someone's song. And then that person will say, hey, fans, go download this person's song. And you can cross promote and get insta growth. We do it a lot in the group. It's very, very cool. You need to talk about your list. You need to tell people about it. You need to get all of your social media people onto your email list. That's what you need. Talking about it. Continued. Attend networking events, kind of like this one. Getting into masterminds, like showing up in Facebook groups and just like talking to people. Do some live shows, live streams, and put that link everywhere. Make it easy for people to sign up. So if you're doing a live stream, like put the link in the comments, in the description, text to opt in, cards made. If you're doing a live show, like in person, have a book and iPad at a merch table, have a fan collect emails or share the link. Like it's great if you're if you're performing, you don't want to be like typing in your mywebsite.com/gift. Like you don't want to type that into the comments. Have a fan there ready to go. And they're also going to want to impress you. So they're going to like type that link in all the time. And they're going to be like, hey, did you get the link yet? Did you get the link yet? So like, that's the person you want hooking you up there, right? Okay, cool. You can run a contest real time. I'm actually doing that today on this live stream in like probably 10 minutes. So watch how I do this, because you can do this on every single live stream you do. It is a very fun thing to do. Cool. So those are some like wham bam, very quick things that you could do right now to get this list growing like immediately. But you don't want to grow it until you have some key connection things set up, which we're going to talk about right now. So let's talk about series. I've been talking about series a little bit. Series are automated in general. You can always like Rise series, which are the selling series. Like, of course, if you have a CD coming out, it's going to be timely. It's not going to be when anyone signs up, they're going to get it. But the series that are important are the Welcome series, the Nurture series, and the Rise series. But there are a bunch of series. And actually, I have over 40 templates inside of Rock Your Email List that I pre-wrote, because writing emails is really freaking hard. And it takes a lot of brain space and it takes a lot of energy. So I did this work for you because I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this. And it took me a long time to do this, but there are other series. We'll talk about those in a second, but re-engagement, holiday season, selling series, thank you series, waking up your sleepy list series. But series are also known as campaigns. So they're a group of 4 to 6 emails that are sent out every few days or once a week, depending on what series it is. The Welcome series and the Rise series, I send a little more often, like once every 4 days. Nurture series, I send one every 2 weeks. So I actually have a way, and I'll share in a second, to write 30 emails and broken into 3 groups of 10. And then I pick 4 or 5 that make sense from the different groups. Nurture series 1, Nurture series 2, and I spread them out in between Rise series, but I send them every 2 weeks. If you write 30 emails, that's 60 weeks. That's over a year of content. I mean, that's not just what we're sending, but it's kind of cool to think about like that. And it took me 2 weeks to write all 30 of my Nurture series, which we'll talk about in a sec. Each series serves a specific purpose: to deliver value, to connect, to make a sale. So those are really the only reasons you'd send an email: deliver value, connect, and make a sale. I mean, interesting, right? Yes, totally. Okay, so let's talk about the Welcome series, also known as Commencement series, because you're starting this stuff, right? And then we're going to talk about the Nurture series and the Rise series. In a Rise series, let's talk about what you could sell. I mean, you should make a list of all the things that you could sell. A merch, not just your merch store, but individual items. You want to sell one thing in a Rise series, not the whole store, but just the sweatshirt, not the whole Patreon, but just one of the levels, the $5 level, for example. So you could sell your vinyl, you could sell CDs, you could sell singles, you could promote Spotify follows. A Rise series is also promotion, even if there's not money exchange, right? That Spotify follow will eventually turn into, Spotify's another like one of those very quantity-based long games. So follows really help that. Patreon, fan funding, a membership site that you might have. There's holiday series, re-engagement series, and purchase series. So after someone purchases something, you can go celebrate, you know? We're going to talk about the Welcome series and the Nurture series, because these take a second to get going. And once you sort of clear the block of what these are, you're going to be like, okay, we're like seriously leveling up how you handle your email right now. Okay, get excited. The Commencement series, aka the Welcome series. I just like the word commencement. The job of the first email that they ever receive from you is to set the tone and expectations of being a subscriber. This will be the most opened email that you ever send. And if you know about open rates is a percentage of people that actually open the email, which is completely dependent on the subject line. Open rates for commencement, the first email can be in the high 70s. Cool. Which means you have a great opportunity to not just say, hey, thanks for signing up for my newsletter. Here's the thing. People are going to want to download the thing that they sign up for. So put that at the bottom of the email and then do these things. So there's 4 things that I want you to put into your welcome series. You want to remind them what they just did and celebrate it. You just signed up. Yay, I'm so excited. Thanks for following, supporting my crazy music career. I'm going to keep it interesting. Then you can tell them what to do next. So below there's a button. You're going to download it. It's going to be a zip file. It's going to go to your computer, like whatever the thing is. Like give them the tech of it so they know what's clear. Then what's next is you've also entered to win a thing, like whatever there's to do, right? Then you want to request that they do something. You want to gain some authority. So say this is the only other time when I would say have 2 links in an email. They're going to download the thing anyway. So you can send them to go follow you on Instagram or Spotify or say, just browse my website. But the thing is when they click that link and it goes to the right place, which is why you want to check it, you just taught them, to click on your links in your emails. Like that's what you do. And you just got some authority because that link worked. So there's trust now. It's very subtle psychology here, but it's very true. Okay. And then you want to end with what to expect. Like over the next few weeks, I'm going to be sending you content. You're going to have opportunities to purchase my thing. Like tell them you're going to sell to them so that when you do, they're not like, wait, why is she selling to me? Oh yeah, she said she was going to do that. Cool. Okay. And then of course the button to download whatever the thing is that you said they were going to get. Okay. The nurture series, the job of a nurture series is to move the subscriber along that journey. So here's how you get set up for a year and automate what I was talking about before. Remember the journey. I'm just going to put the graphic there, subscriber to fan, customer, super fan. When you're turning the fan into a customer, you're sending Rise series. But every other Rise series, it's good to send a nurture series, 4 to 6 emails telling your story. Here's how we figure out what those emails are. We can write a whole bunch at first, and then we pick our favorites and put them into bundles, right? So you can write 10 emails telling your stories. You guys take a screenshot of this. This is like nugget city here. Write 10 emails telling your story. Key transitions and decisions. Not like I picked up a guitar when I was 10 and then I played in a band when I was 11. And like no one cares about your resume. But like I was scuba diving for the government and then I got bored and I got a job writing music for a company in Rome, Italy. So I changed. Or I was living here and then I moved here. Or I was dating this person and then this happened and then I am not dating that person. Like transitions are interesting and that's what's going to connect with people because transitions have big overall themes that are interesting. Write 10 more emails, anecdotes on a specific song. Tell the story behind the song, the video, or this thing happened in the recording studio. You can always put the link to the song. You're not selling hardcore here. You're just telling the story behind the song, and then you're happening to say, oh, well, you probably want to hear it. Here it is, or here's the video that I'm talking about. And then the last group of 10 is writing 5 emails that are profiles on other people, bandmates, other artists, shining a light on someone else. And then the last 5 are asking your fans something, running a poll, asking for opinions on an album cover, sharing a quick story and really asking for a reply like, hey, did this happen for you? You know? So there's 30 emails right there. I strongly suggest you write an outline of what these are, just like for the 10 emails. So for me, I had like a story thing that happened when I was 8 about being Cinderella. So on my outline, it was like Cinderella, scuba, New York City, da-da-da, Harlem, this job, da-da-da. But you're like, that's my outline. So I knew what the 10 emails were going to be, you know? And yeah, absolutely. This is a great question. Can I insert breaking news into that automated flow? Absolutely. I only send those out. My nurture series goes out on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. So I tend to send my broadcast any other day other than Tuesday. Or if I need to send something out on Tuesday, it will go out in the afternoon. So people don't get 2 emails from me right at the same time. No one has ever died from getting 2 emails on the same day. You've probably gotten 2 emails from me about this training. And you might get one tomorrow about the training too. Like you're going to be okay. People are okay. But yeah, I do like to stagger them. And it's totally fine to send some breaking news, even though you're in the middle of a story arc. It's all good. But good question. Okay, so we got our nurture series. So this is what this looks like for me. Someone signs up, they go into my commencement series, the welcome series. Then they get nurture series. So it's like a story and then a song and then shine a light and then another story, 4 emails over 1 a week or 1 every 2 weeks. Then I sell the first thing. And this will be evergreen, right? Evergreen meaning it's always going to be in my store. I can give a coupon and say this coupon's going to run out because I do love a good urgency. And then I go to Nurture 2, and then I go to Rise 2, and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So for everything that you have to sell, that's another Rise series. For every story that you have, it's one of 5 or 6 emails that go into a Nurture series. Okay, cool. Let's talk about your copy, your content. you guys, this is worth the price of admission, even though admission is free to this. Right here. The job of the subject line is to get the open. The job of the email content is to get the link click. And the job of the landing page, wherever they land on, whether it's your Spotify or your merch store, is to close the deal, do the thing that you're asking them to do. One huge mistake I see a lot is musicians try to summarize the whole email in the subject line. Song releases on Friday. Cool. So this is what you just did. You just told the person everything they need to know, and they have no reason to open the email. Hello, you want that email opened. So don't summarize the email. The job of the subject line is to get the open. Once it's open, the job of the copy is to get the click. And be very clear on what that action is. Okay. Are you with me? Are you still with me? It's been an hour. I'm talking as fast as I can. We're good. Probably go like another half hour. So hang tight. Okay, everyone breathe. Take a big breath in. We are in the world of leveling up your music career, people. It is an exciting place to be. So breathe with me. Do you think you can write one email today? Even if it's just the welcome email, because you get the welcome email done, you can start telling people about your list. Because then they'll get and in that welcome email, you can say, I'm still working on setting this up. So I'll be in touch in 2 weeks. And then you have a great 2-week deadline, right? To get everything going. So if you can write one email today, you are leaps and bounds where you were. Cool? Okay. Let's talk about collect. This is the money section, And then I'm going to do a giveaway and you can watch how I do it and also maybe win because you can do it with your fans too. Okay, so let's talk about collect. We've taken your subscribers so far along the journey that not only are you able to collect income from your list is now helping you to collect new subscribers, right? It's like, that's growth, people. So taking a look one more time at our nice little journey. It's so cute. Little pink people turn into little green people. Okay. So here are the key things that have me consistently make $20,000 a year from my fans. I have the tech handled. Y'all, I know my platform. I have watched YouTube videos on my platform. I've done all their trainings. Like, be dorky and get to know your email platform. I have gathered my fans. I have good fans. I've done good smart cross promotions. My nurture series has been in place. I've always had nurture series in place, whether I didn't know that that's what they were at the time, but they were always in place. I was always telling my stories, my origin stories. I was keeping it short and sweet. If you have a long email, you probably have 2 or 3 emails in that one email. I did a flight miles initiative. I got invited to a festival in Switzerland early on in my career. I think I had 300 people on my emailing list. And the festival was like, yeah, you can bring your band. We'll cover all the costs. You just need to fly them here. And I was living in Harlem for $400 rent. I was like, that's like $4,000 of plane tickets. So I asked my fan list, hey, does anyone have like unused miles that they're not going to use? And would you want to give them to me? And we were able to fly 3 out of the 4 people to Switzerland because of my fans. So that was actually my first indication. I was like, I think I'm a band to something here. And then I did fan funding, once with just a PayPal button on my website, and then once with Pledge Music, which is no more. And I hadn't established a relationship. I actually took one of my fans' kids to the Grammys, y'all. Like, that helped with some fan funding. It's very, very, it's so freaking rewarding to have a fan list and connection that way. So there you go. That's how I did that. Oh, there's the loop again. Are you taking them on this journey? Cool. So Rise series. Let's talk about a Rise series. Rise series is the promotional series. You've got something to promote. So you want to focus your email campaign on one singular promotion, one request, one sale. And then you're going to write emails that address the following. First email, you got to tell them what the thing is. Second email is actually invite them to purchase. So funny, we're like, check this out. You guys, the words check this out, it's a command. Linguistically, it's a command. You might as well have said, vacuum my house. That's how people respond to it. So you have to invite them. Would you liked this thing, right? And show them how, show them the tech behind what it takes. It's not easy to download a song on iTunes right now. But if you want them to buy a song on iTunes, it often takes them to Apple Music streaming and people get confused. You have to actually show them what you want them to do. The next thing boop, 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 is get personal. Why does it matter to you? In this third email, why does it matter to you that they do the thing you're asking them to do? They may not know, right? For me, I had to do a lot of explaining what a billboard chart meant. People know about a billboard chart, but if you're not in the music industry, it's like, well, how does it count? What is who, what, huh? Like you have to explain it, right? Testimonials, aka social proof. If you have a fan wearing your sweatshirt, like ask them if you could send that out in the email, like grab a screenshot of that. Testimonials and social proof is gold. If you don't have any, ask a friend to write a review of something that you've done or whatever it is that you're selling. Just get someone to write something positive about that thing. Cool. Okay. And the next bit of this is handle objections. So I like to imagine this like a distant aunt who's like, I don't understand the tech, or I don't have time to do this, or it's a little too expensive for me. By the way, those are the 3 normal objections, but you need to know your audience. You might have other objections, but usually it's time, money, or tech that get in the way from someone doing the thing that they want, that you want them to do. So you got to handle those objections. What would you tell that aunt? And then the last email, if applicable, is an urgency email. Like last chance, or the cart's closing, or this discount runs out, or the coupon code expires, or the CD is getting released, like last chance to pre-save, all the things. Cool. So here's an example of, I had nothing to sell. I had no merch. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a couple lyrics. I'm going to go into canva.com and I'm going to make some wall art with my lyrics. And then I'm going to upload the PDF, literally printable, and sell them for $4 on my website and give directions on people can download and print out themselves. And then I send them nice little frames. I send them to Amazon. You can get really inexpensive frames here. And then I have a video of me like actually doing this, like a time lapse or speed up, whatever, and like hanging it on my wall, and boom. You can create a store easy as pie. Sell this. I sell this through Bandzoogle sites. So easy. So easy. Cool. Cool. So if you don't have anything to sell, you actually do. You probably have way more to sell than you think. Here's one of the templates actually for Patreon. And the subject line is, I'm just going to read this to you because this is kind of like what you get with the templates. But the subject line is listen to my mom, which is kind of funny. You're like, okay, what does your mom have to say? If you have a question after the subject line, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. What does she have to say? So I say, I'm a fan of my fans. Here's why. As my career has evolved from, and then I say insert from this to that. So for me, it's from pop to new age. I've received messages like this and wanted to share. And then I share 4 testimonials. And then I tell you, make the last one from your mom, dad, spouse, kid, whatever, and change the subject line accordingly. So if it's your 14-year-old kid, say, listen to my 14-year-old kid in the subject line. And then I say, if my mom can't convince you to hop on this Patreon bandwagon, I don't know what else I can do. Would you take a moment to view the video on my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron of this little musician looking to make some big waves? Link to my Patreon page. XO, your name. Boom. That's a Rise email. Like you could spend all day trying to think of that, or you can just copy mine. Cool. But anyway, that's kind of the, that's kind of the thing. So that's the basics. This is like tip of the iceberg stuff of collecting. So just to review, we first had to select our strategy and our technology. We need to know why we want to use email, and we need to know how we're going to do it. Then we talked about giving them something so that we can actually expand this list, right? And talking about it online and offline. And we talked about connecting in our welcome series and our nurture series, and the commencement series being like the most important thing, the welcome series, because people will be opening those emails. They're excited. They just signed up for a new thing. So you want to ride that energy. And then we talked about the different things to get in the nurture series. And we talked about the rise series, how these are separate emails to really cater to people's heartstrings as well as their purses. So question for you, do you feel, I just need to take the temperature of the room because we're going to do some giveaways. We're going to do some Q&As. And I also have my pro tips, like the numbers so like, that's a fun slide that's coming up. But do you feel more comfortable sitting down and writing emails just from being here for a little over an hour? Yes. Give me a yes. Give me a yes, 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 yes. Or just give me a yes. Are you happy you stuck around? You're still here. Do you realize what an advantage you now have in your career and your bottom line if you start to implement this stuff? Like, do you see what's possible? This just little connection, it was going to last you a long time, I promise. So I just want to know if you think this time together is well spent. You guys, I'm not a people pleaser, but I definitely need to be liked. So just like tell me that you like me. Even if you only use a small % of what I shared, do you think this was valuable? Because Yes, it was, right? It totally was. Okay, do you want to spend more time with me? Because we're going to go a little bit deeper into the fan connection and collection practices, and you're going to get really big results. I'm a results-driven person. Yes. Okay, I see all the yeses. Mansfield, Alexia. Yes, Randall, Jimmy. Love it. Okay, so let's connect a couple dots. Here are some pro tips. I'm going to keep giving pro tips throughout the rest of this, so get excited. Pro tip number 1, respond to all email responses. So when someone writes you back, write them back. It's telling the internet gremlins that you're not a bot or spam because you're having interactions with people. So that's a very good thing for your email deliverability. Essentially, your emails are going to get sent to more people. Very good thing. Grow your list equals telling people about it. I just have to put that in there because it's like very obvious, but it's not the way we think. So if you want to grow your email list, you have to talk about it. No. Okay. 3, delete unsubscribed emails unless they purchase something for you. They are bringing the health of your list down. That is another deliverability conversation. Do a deep dive in that and rock your email list. So I can't get too into it now. It's very techy, but delete the unsubscribed emails, not the unopens. We want to re-engage them first before we delete them, but delete the unsubscribed unless you have a tag on them that says they purchased. You want to be able to keep track of those purchases if something changes with the product or whatever. Okay, cool. Oh my God, B2Fab is tempted to rewrite all your welcome emails right now. Do it. Do it. Do it. I like to, in Rock Your Email List, sometimes I run contests and stuff and I'll optimize people's email welcome series. Like they send me a Google Doc and I go in and just like edit it. It's so fun for me. I told you. Dork, right? Okay, cool. Another pro tip, segment your list based on user behavior. So for some of you that are like, I wear 2 hats or I have 2 bands, if there's ever a time when you want to send everyone one email, that means you want to segment. You don't need 2 lists. You can just say, okay, these people came in from this form. Let's tag them with band A and tag these people with band B. And then you can say, okay, I want to send an email only to people with the tag A, or I only want to send an email to the people with the tag B, or you can just send it to everyone. Segment your list. You can also do this if you're touring like Northeast or Southeast or Europe. And then you can make sure that you're catering your live shows when we start doing that again to people in the right areas. Align your social media posts with your broadcast. So when you've got something going on, definitely post about it on social media, but make sure your list is the first to know, even if it's by an hour. Your list should always be the most treasured possession you have. And so you need to treat it as such. They get the exclusive information first. Then you can post it on social media, even if it's an hour later. You just need to, that gesture of, I honor you so much, you need to stick around because you're going to find out first here. Don't use the word free in your subject line. Pro tip number 6, you will go right to the spam folder. Pro tip 7, only apply tags if you know you're going to use them later. I used to apply tags for everything. Like if someone clicked on the blog, I was like, click blog. And then I was like, I'm never going to send an entire series to people that just clicked on my blog link. Maybe you would. Maybe your blog is like a big thing for you and you only want to contact people that have clicked on your blog and read your blog. But when you get up into like the hundreds of tags, it becomes a nightmare to manage. So only use tags if you're going to use them later. Okay. Keep the content coming. So if you're not setting it all up ahead of time and then automating it, just put it in your schedule. So like regularly work on this. Okay. Okay. Connecting more dots. Here's some numbers. You guys, who likes numbers? 1. Everyone's like, what's a good open rate? It depends on the series. Welcome series, high 70s. The average broadcast is between 25 and 30 that I think is decent. Some people even say 15 to 25, but I think that's not good. Members of Rock Your Email List are in the 40s and high 30s. Click rates. So once they open the email, what percentage of those people are clicking on the things? 3% is the industry average. Mine is around 9. My copy is very good, you guys. So I aim for 9%. An unsubscribe rate. So for every email that you send, a percentage of people will unsubscribe. You guys, that's okay. They're not our people. Don't look at who it is. Like, we don't care. But usually it's under 1%. If you have above 1%, something is wrong with the copy because they have to go into the email. They're opening the email and then they're leaving because you have to go into the email in order to unsubscribe. So you got to take a look at the copy. It's good data. Okay. It's just going to help your list long-term. Okay. So, I see questions. There are good questions happening. I'm going to get to Q&As in like 2 minutes. For those of you who are like, okay, this is time. Oh my gosh, author Eugene, I love you too. For those of you that are like, this is the next thing for me for my music career. Like I see how this is going to like up my everything, because it does, let me just quickly tell you about Rock Your Email List, which is the program that this is all based on. So I'm going to do the program, and I'm going to do the giveaway, and I'm going to do the Q&As. So that's what's going to happen. So hang tight. If you're like, no, this isn't my jam, then just like, go pee or whatever. But if you're kind of curious about like what this could look like, hang tight. I'll just give you some details, and then you can choose if it's free or not. Okay. So it's called Rock Your Email List. Right now, what I'm selling is the deluxe version. It comes with a lot of awesome things. And it's the course to build, grow, and monetize your list. It's the only one designed for musicians. You do not need to be a musician in order to be in it. It can apply to anyone that is growing a fan list of any type. It's a step-by-step approach to authentically attract the right subscribers and turn them into paying customers. You'll dive into the world of providing more value for your fans, creating more long-lasting relationships, and generating more consistent, that's the keyword, income than you ever thought possible. Okay, so this is what's in the course. There's 11 hours of videos, which is the meat and potatoes of the course, including strategy and tech videos. So I go through MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Kajabi. I have partnerships with a bunch of different platforms. So no matter what tech platform you're using, I have the ones I recommend, but you can use any tech platform and the course will apply to you. There are worksheets and cheat sheets, so you don't have to waste time scrolling back through all the course or looking for answers on Google. There's dozens, you guys, dozens of pre-written email templates. You saw one of them, right? And like you literally could go sell something and make money today by taking one of the templates and just sending it. So you'll get dozens of those emails to promote your CDs, Patreon pages, engage with your fans. There's also community. So you'll be added to the Rock Your Email List community of amazing, hardworking musicians like yourself. You'll get feedback on ideas, regular access to me. You can test out subject lines, opportunity to cross-promote with other people, as well as my list. I cross-promote with people in Rock Your Email List because I know they're doing email right, and my fans are going to get taken care of. Very cool. Okay, so if you noticed, what we talked about today was strategy, technology, the awareness and gathering or growth of your list, engagement through your content, and selling. These are the stages of email marketing. It's linear. This course takes you through a linear process, and anywhere you think you might be blocked, if it's technology, cool, don't go on to engagement, handle the tech. That's how this course is designed. If you get stuck writing emails, cool, I got you, right? So don't take my word for it. Take all these other people's words for it. Like, wow, this email is generating so much response. And Maria said that I finally found someone who gives really good advice that's applicable. Yeah, like why would I be talking about this if I'm not interested in wasting your time, people. So when you complete this, you'll be confident in attracting the right subscribers, that's huge, for your music, turning them into paying fans through consistent content. You'll remove overwhelm from your email system and create a regular stream of income after leaping into action. This is my promise. Okay. So very quickly, just to expand a little bit, the videos, there are strategy talks. So like how to get clear on what you want and how to use your email list. So you're going to feel really, really confident in moving forward. The tech sessions, like I said, there's screen shares, different platforms, and I take you step by step through the technological hurdles of setting up a working email system, including tags, automation, and email campaign flow, which is very cool. This is a screenshot from when I dig into my actual HTML code and like we do all the complicated stuff. Cool. Okay. There's also bonus example videos and coaching calls, so you're never going to feel alone or stuck. So Harriet had a list of 50 people, and after she did this course, it went to 300, and she said, I'm growing my list. I'm getting good replies, good open rates. Facebook ads are starting to generate new subscribers. In general, of course, the trust turned me on to so many possibilities I'd not thought of, and it's helped me redirect my career on so many levels. Because this is not just about email, you guys. This is about your music career. Okay, cool. The videos are going to give you clarity, step-by-step instructions, action items, confidence, and a plan. So, but yeah, and the thing that every successful business has, an automated connection and income generating machine. So connection generating and income generating. Those are I feel like that's like all musicians really want, right? Cool. The worksheets and the slides are going to get you organized. I always suggest to have a folder of email stuff on your desktop, write the emails in there, keep all the worksheets there, and slides of every video so you can focus on the important stuff and you don't need to take notes. So here's a couple examples of the worksheets. They're pretty. They're all you need. And GT says, I'm loving this course for the first time ever. I'm getting a grip on who my avatar is. I also want to say your presentation is great. Okay. So the worksheets are going to help you lock in the material, organize all the stuff, and define your ideal followers and summarize all the materials. So you're going to be able to keep track of your work in one place. Let's talk about the templates because everyone's like, tell me about the templates. And so you just need to add in your own links and change some of the wording to be in your voice, and you're ready to go. So you're going to remove so much worry. You're never going to worry about what to send next or how to sell to your audience because they write it for you. I write it for you. There's dozens of series, including releasing a single, launching Patreon, inviting fans to host house concerts or Zoom concerts, selling merchandise, and selling tour tickets. So those are the series. Those are some of the series. There's actually a lot more, and I keep adding to them. I did one on all the crazy social stuff that was happening in America last year. So there's a how to talk to your fans during a pandemic series. Like there's a lot of stuff. So Greg doesn't look happy, but he's so happy because he said, my automation is set up and active. I gained 50% more subscribers since starting this course. So I went to Upwork because I was like, I want someone else to write my emails for me. And apparently that's a very popular request. Upwork is the place you can hire freelancers. And they said, here's what you can expect to pay for a direct email. $1,500 to $5,000 per email. Per email. I wrote 40 for you. And then I went on to Fiverr because Fiverr is like where you get the cheap ones. And this guy for $10 was like, I'm the guy you meet when you're in need of a great copy. Guys, I'm not spending $10 on that kind of copy. Sorry, I'm just not. So the templates are going to save you dozens, literally days. They're going to take away the overwhelm and allow you to generate real income. They're going to change your career. That's what the templates are going to do. The community is awesome. It's support from a crew that gets you, right? So you get to test your subject lines and ask all the tech questions and get motivation, share awesome memes because that's what I do. And you get exclusive access to live coaching calls with me. It says this group is awesome. I mean, listen to Chris. So the community is going to love on you and help you grow. It's going to be great. So you get all this stuff, right? Oh yeah, there's insider deals. So I have deals with all these platforms like Discmakers, Google. And so sometimes you get some deals and you get updates and lifetime access. You do this at your own pace, which is awesome. So let's talk about money because you're like, how much does it cost? So you know that Berklee College of Music is like $63,000 and public university is like 20. None of them really teach email. So then there's like online courses that teach stuff and they're like, you know, I can't even read that. It's so small, like 1,200, 2,560 for like artist management and music business. But like, we're going to spend a lot of money making a record. Actually, CD Baby suggests budgeting $10,000. I don't understand what the point of that would be if you don't have a fan base or if you don't know how to market to your fan base. Like, what's the point? A cost of a new guitar. You guys, I know we're gearheads here. I know that we're gearheads. We're going to spend money there. But again, it's not going to matter. Just remember, people spend 138% more money through email than through social media. That statistic alone is a game changer for a musician's career if you have something to sell, which you do if you're making a music. So there's licensing Spotify social media courses. They're all around $1,000. You hire a copywriter, right? Which we $1,500 unless you want the bad grammar guy. So, you know, I've been told what I should price this at, but I priced it lower. So think about it. If you grow your list to 2,000 subscribers, you will be making $24,000 a year because you'll be doing email correctly. Like, what is a shortcut to $24,000 worth, people? $2,000? $3,000? $1,500? Nope. Here, Rock Your Email List is not worth what you pay for it. It's worth what you do with it. By the way, that's for any investment you make in your music career, like not just this course. Okay. Whatever you purchase, it's not worth what you pay for it. It's worth what you do with it. Cool. The course is $8.99. That's what it is normally. And you can go to inthekey.co/email course because you're ready. So go get it now. There's a thing. If you sign up while I'm on this webinar still chatting, you get a Zoom call with me. Oh my God. You guys, I'm very expensive to get on a Zoom call, even my group coaching, and it will be group coaching. And I think the first 10 people sign up, get a Zoom call with me. But I'll keep talking so you have time to do that. So you can go to inthekey.co/email course. And because you're on this training, I have a super duper special offer. You're going to get some bonuses. So if you're signing up now, good, go get it. When you sign up, you also get the following special bonuses for free. And this is going to run out at the end of the week. So if you're watching the replay back after this is over, you can still get the course, but you lose the bonuses. I'm sorry. So Perfect Pitch is one of the bonuses. It's like my favorite course that I've ever created. It is wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, very quick. 8 steps to master writing emails to one person. It's kind of insane. You get tried and true email templates. So pitching your music to a variety of people, including venue promoters, music supervisors, people you know, companies that you just Googled. And there's a community there where you can test your pitch and get feedback from me. So this is an 8-step process, and it's really about emailing to one person, right? So it's really rounding out your email life, right? So Rock Your Email List and what we've been talking about today is all about you communicating to many people. The Perfect Pitch is about communicating to one. So imagine being able to book whenever you want and set up meetings with whomever you want and get more results whenever you want. That's what we do with the Perfect Pitch. No more crickets. You guys, when you write an email to someone, they respond. That's what we do. It's good stuff. So Marcus and Rhonda and Sarah all have really great things to say, but I really want to read Tim's quote. He said, because of this course, I made $3,000 extra this month. Like, you guys, those bananas. Okay, so bonus 1 is the secret to turn pitches into results, the Perfect Pitch course. Bonus number 2 is a training with Mr. Rick Barker, who is the social media guru. It's a deep dive into Facebook ads, specifically to grow your email list. We did a 2-hour training on using Facebook ads to not just promote your music and videos, but your email list. And it's so awesome. If you guys know Rick Barker, he's like me. He can't help himself. He just is constantly giving value. So you'll be confident in how to create converting Facebook ads for any reason, grow your list, promote a show, gain Spotify followers. You do not have to buy Facebook ads in order to be in Rock Your Email List, just so you know, or to even do this training. It's just really great knowledge. So bonus 2 is 2 hours of how to gain more fans via Facebook. And then the third bonus is song placement workshop with my good friend, Michael Elsner, who has had over 2,500 placements of his music in TV shows and now generously shares the simple system of how he does it. And he made a video just for you and tells you how he uses his email list to secure 10 to 12 licenses a month. So he tells you all these secrets. And what better news to share with your fans than the fact that you got one of their favorite songs into a TV show? Like, that is kind of cool, right? So you get these 3 bonuses. It's so awesome. The Perfect Pitch course, Unknown to the Zone, song placement workshop. And then if you purchase during this webinar, you get a special invite for a small group Zoom coaching call with me. Cool. So go to inthekey.co/email course. I'm going to put the little banner there. Ooh, look at that. It's a fun banner. And here's my guarantee. So due to the extremely high value and exclusivity of this product, I can only offer you this deal under the condition there's a no refund policy. However, my guarantee is that if you do 100% of the work, you're going to get 100% of the results. And if you don't, I will work with you until you do. That's why hundreds of musicians who have purchased this course have given it 100% 5 stars. No one's actually asked for a refund ever. So sign up now. Email is the #1 tool you need in your tool belt, more than licensing, which can be inconsistent, more than streaming, which can be pennies, more than gigging, which is just so much work and really hard to do right now. So I've had success in all of those, licensing, streaming, and gigging. But what was there for me the whole time was my email list. Period. End of story. Okay, go sign up. So you get all this stuff. You get all that stuff. The link, you can choose how to pay. You can get started today for $249. There's a payment plan. If you pay today in the full lump sum, you actually save some money. So that's cool too. And when you sign up, you'll get a welcome email with the course login information. And once you log in, you'll see the course dashboard and the bonuses in the course, and you'll be ready to go. You can also access it on the Kajabi app, which is cool. If you have any Rick Barkers or Michael Elsner's or Chris Bradley's or anyone of their courses, you can have it all in one place on the app, which is awesome. So if you're wondering, I can't afford it, if you're still here, my guess is you can. So check out the payment plan. If you're thinking that let me just say this. You can be good at your music career and making money with it, or you can be good at making excuses for it. You can't be good at both. So if you're making excuses like, oh, the COVID pandemic, you guys, people in Amplify who do this stuff from Rock Your Email List, my monthly membership, like they are They've made more money in the past year than ever in their careers. We have pivoted. So COVID is not an excuse. Age is not an excuse. I don't want to bother my fan list, not an excuse. Those are all, I mean, they are excuses, but I don't think they're valid excuses. But if you're making excuses for why you don't have the career you want, you need to do something different. So maybe this is the thing. Okay. I say that with love. If you don't have time, yes, you do, because you can do this at your own pace. Even if you're like, okay, I want to buy it now just so I can get the bonuses. I'm going to put it in my calendar to do this in June. Like, okay, cool. Awesome. You're going to have access to it in June and maybe some updates. Cool. You can do this course from everywhere, and you will be armed with the communication tools that will have your CD release not be a flop. So if you are even thinking about coming out with music this year, you don't need to be coming out with music, by the way, but if you are, like 100%, you need this. And if you think you're not ready, if you're a musician who wants a career, you're ready. There we go. So yeah, I bet that you are. If you're ready to find your true fans, make consistent money, and have the connection you've been craving, you're ready. Oops. Oh yeah, and train your fans to be great fans for other musicians, right? This is like a community thing here. We're helping everybody. Yeah. All right. Go sign up. Enough of that. You all know, whether it's for you or not. Okay. So let me do a giveaway. And this is something that you can do on your live streams. And then I'm going to answer all your questions. Okay. So the giveaway, all you need to do is go to Instagram. This is a free giveaway. You follow In the Key of Success. That's me on Instagram. That's not my personal account. That's where I give a lot of tips and stuff and resources to musicians. So follow In the Key of Success on Instagram. So get your phones out and then tag a musician friend in my most recent post. My most recent post is a video with my good friend, well, now good friend, because he's an Amplify and Rock Your Email List, Chris Keats. So tag a musician friend in my most recent post and share one thing you got from this training. So you've got at least 10 minutes to do that. I'm going to pick a winner and announce the winner on this call. So let me tell you what I'm giving away. I'm giving away 3 things. This first one is from Love Buds, one of my favorite Black-owned stores. They are awesome. They are the people that actually developed the technology in the earbud. So I'm going to give you a pair of these puppies. A second person is going to get a new moon kit, some candles and crystals. It's a self-care kit. I love it. From my other favorite Black-owned store, Urban Mystics. I love this. And then the third person is going to get, oh my God, that's me. I'm gonna give you a half-hour coaching call. 3 things that were given away: earbuds, a self-care package, and coaching with me. Okay, so all you got to do, I'm going to show you this to you one more time. Go to In the Key of Success on Instagram. Follow me. You have to be following me, and then tag a musician friend. And you got about 10 minutes to do that while I keep answering your questions. But first, before I get into your questions, and I know there's some really, really, really great questions here, I want to give you actual action steps. So screenshot this if you need to. But here's what I request that you do. This is going to have you be masterful at your email list. Put in your calendar a recurring weekly or daily event to work on your email list. So maybe you're going to work on the landing page where you're giving away the thing. Maybe it's the tech, or maybe you're going to be writing your next series. Just sit down and write 4 emails. Maybe it's going to be talking on your social media about your email list, getting people in. Cool. Put that into your calendar. That's something I want you to do today, is put in your calendar, and then also like have a really good relationship with your calendar. That's a whole nother thing. I can go down that tangent. Write or review your welcome email. That is another assignment. You could do that tonight. If you have a welcome email already, awesome. Review it and optimize it based on the stuff we talked about today. Create an outline for your Nurture series and your Rise series. List all the stories, transitions, the 30 things we talked about. And then for your Rise series, all you got to do, make a list. Make a list of the things that you sell. And then it's going to be easy. These outlines are going to alleviate a lot of the I don't even know what to talk about. I promise you. Not my first rodeo. I know how this goes. Okay. If you haven't already, choose and or learn more about your email platform. Go down a rabbit hole. Watch 10, 20 minutes worth of their videos on YouTube, wherever. Cool? And then another action item, choose how you will next invest in your music career. If you don't have a coach or a team or something, you don't need to do this alone. That's why this is priced like way less than a college course on this stuff, way less than a lot of the other courses out there in general in music marketing, because I think it's the most effective tool if you did nothing else. If you did nothing else, this would have you have a career that is profitable and a place to release music to. So play it out. So if you are a no to this, what are you going to keep doing? Because you're going to keep getting the same results that you've been doing. How's that going to go for you? Where are you going to spend money? I would rather spend money on a different course, fine, or gear, okay, or my record, cool. But where are you going to put? Who are you going to tell the record to? Who are you going to sell it to? So then go down the road. Okay, what if I buy this right now? What if I do the payment plan, or what if I just like save some money and do it all up front? I'm going to be really likely to finish this course because I've just paid for it. What's that going to mean? I'm going to grow my list. I'm going to be able to talk to my list. I'm going to have this all set up. I'm going to be able to like keep creating CDs over and over and over every year because I don't have to worry about this anymore. Yeah. Play it out. How's it going to go for you? I mean, I know how it's going to go, but there you go. Okay. Those are your assignments. Screenshot this, because if you do these things, you could do this all, you could just do this in the next like 3 hours and have it handled. You could probably do it in like a half an hour, right? Okay. So remember just to zoom out. These are the stages of email marketing: strategy, technology, awareness, gathering, engagement, selling. Figure out where do you get stuck, and then just dig in right there. Don't get overwhelmed by all of them. Just dig in where you get stuck. Great. So I'm going to come and answer all of your questions, and then I'm going to, somewhere in the middle, I'm going to announce the winners. So stick around. So if you've got questions, type them into the chat box. I can see them all. And I'm going to scroll back a little to see if there's any that I missed. But if I did, just go ahead and type again and make sure there's a question mark in it. And so I see, I already answered. Can I insert breaking news into that automated flow? Absolutely. Thank you, Lucifer. You're brilliant. Thanks for the wisdom. I appreciate that. Parabola. Oh, you were in the 5-day challenge. This was such a great refresher after the 5-day challenge. Yeah, because we're hearing it in a slightly different context. So totally love that. Let's see. Fox and Bone says, why can't those 3 things be in the same email? I think that was from, the Rise series. First of all, it's just gonna be a really long email. Anytime you can shorten an email, the better. Second of all, you really want to focus what the emotion is that you want to convey. So every time I sit down and write an email, I always want to know, what's my intention from this email? What do I want them to do and or feel? And if you have 3 different things, like here's the tech of this thing, and here's why it matters to me, and here, like, you're kind of like bringing them on a roller coaster. And roller coasters are fun, but you want to make sure that they want to come along for the ride. And generally, we don't want to take our readers on a roller coaster. So anytime you can break up an email, it's just more content for you, right? Because we're not afraid of burdening or bothering our subscribers, right? Right. Okay, cool. Yes, Brenda, this is a great fact. It does take 7 to 16 times of people seeing your stuff before they take action and buy, which is why you want to absolutely share on social media when you're also sharing in your email list. You just want to make sure your email list gets it first. Okay. So let's see. Aaron Miller is getting excited about emails. You should be, because really we're not getting excited about emails, you guys. We're getting excited about connecting with our fans. We're getting excited about our music getting heard and understood. And we're getting excited about being seen, because that's what humans want. And that's what we do as musicians, is we are out there to be seen and heard and to connect and have our music make a difference for someone else. That's what we're doing. So yeah, you're getting excited about emails because it opens up access to that connection, which is so valuable. So valuable. Okay. All right. I'm going to announce the winners really soon. I've got my assistant like going through and randomly choosing some winners for the giveaway. Did you guys go to Indicate Success? I'm going to do this giveaway tomorrow too. So this webinar will replay live tomorrow. I'm going to do it again. And you can come back to this link and watch it whenever you want. Okay, Mansfield is trying to decide which email app to use. Yeah, just pick one. Literally just pick one. If you already are signed up with one, use the one that you're signed up with. And you want designated email apps. So yeah, you just kind of gotta, which one calls to you, watch a couple videos for some different ones. There's a lot of different ones out there, and the best one is the one that you're going to use. The only one I say not to use, and this isn't a designated one, but it's Reverb Nation. I get asked about that a lot. It is not an email collection platform. It is completely branded for Reverb Nation, not for you. There's no opportunity to really put your voice on the colors and stuff like that. So that is not an option. So if you think that you're collecting an email list, export that puppy right now and bring it somewhere else. Okay. Let's see. Riva says, I have a hard time getting my younger audience to check their emails. I even go on Instagram and I'm like, hey guys, check your email. I sent you. Insert something cool. Do you have suggestions? I love going to social media and saying like new email coming out. Absolutely. I think I would play around with emojis and subject lines. I would play around with all caps. You never want to do any one thing all the time. You never want to only send videos in your email. You never only want to write in all caps. You rarely want to write in all caps, really. But emojis, you can play around with emojis at the beginning and the end and test those. It is a myth that younger people don't open emails. They do. There's a lot of data that shows that it's still a viable means of communication with the younger generation. I don't know if you're talking about teenagers or if you're talking just about like early 20 somethings, but I love what you're doing. But yeah, play around with the subject lines because that's going to be a thing that's going to grab their attention. That's not going to be normal. Okay. All right. Before I go into any more, I want to announce the winners. Okay. So the winner for the earbuds is Fox and Bones. Fox and Bones. And we're going to go follow them, everybody. Fox and Bones, A-N-D, Bones, on Instagram. So congratulations, Fox and Bones. You can send me an email, reply to any of the emails you've gotten from me about this training and say that you won with your address. And I'm going to send you the earbuds from Love Buds. Congratulations. Who's getting the new moon self-care is Weep Rock. You are a hella cool female trio, I hear. And we're going to follow you, Weep Rock, on Instagram, WEEPROCK. Congratulations. Email me with where to send this. Super psyched. And then the coaching session goes to Riva K Music, guitarist, singer, songwriter. Send me an email and we'll set up a time to have your call. Very, very exciting. Congratulations to all the winners. Fox and Bones, Weep Rock, Riva K Music, REEVAK Music. We're going to follow you all on Instagram. Congratulations. So what I just did there, let's break it down. For those of you who are like, yes, I'm here for this. I got people on my email list to come to a live show. This is the live show, right? This is what you can do with your fans. On the live show, you brought people to the platform that matters most to you. So I could have sent you to Spotify to follow. I could have sent you to Facebook page, but I'm playing an Instagram game right now. Sent you to Instagram, had you comment and engage on Instagram. You could also have people like take a screenshot and share to their Facebook pages or share to their stories. And then you just randomly, what we do is we like collect all the names and we put them in, you just Google random generator and it like, you can put the names in and then it just spins it around and you can select your winners and you can give away a discount code to your merch store. You could give away a bundle of CDs. It's fun, right? People love prizes. Who doesn't love prizes? I'm doing this again tomorrow. So if you want to come back and stick around, but the instructions will be different. So you can't just go comment on my Facebook page, on my Instagram. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. Let me see if there's any more questions because let's see. Brenda says the one thing you can do with Reverb Nation is send an email to your fans and send them to your real email list. Yeah, but just get them on your real email list. Reverb Nation is kind of like today's MySpace, as it's not where you want to be. Mansfield said, why did I leave constant comment? I think you probably meant constant contact. Their interface was very outdated and their pricing was going up. Same thing with MailChimp. I moved to MailChimp and then they changed their pricing plan. So it would go up. My email list was growing and it became the same price as Infusionsoft, which was like the super robust advanced CRM. So I was like, well, if I'm going to be paying, I think it was like $250 a month for this because of the number of contacts I have, I might as well be paying $250 for a really, really high-end service. So I did. And then I learned on Infusionsoft and went down all these different, I was making it so complicated. Anytime someone clicked, they were in another series. And then I was connecting it with ClickFunnels and Zapier. And like I had all these apps and I realized I was paying about $4,000 a year for all of these platforms to connect to each other. And when one went down, the others didn't work. And I was like, this is no. And then I heard about Kajabi that had a lot of the functionality that I was looking for, but everything is in one site. Everything works together perfectly. The interface is beautiful and simple. It's drag and drop. The email pages, the web pages, forms, everything looks amazing. If you signed up for this webinar, if you've been on inthekeyofsuccess.com, it's all Kajabi. Everything that I do, I host Amplify on Kajabi. Like, it's just so easy to see all the statistics there. Both my email list for my fans and for my musician colleagues, that's you guys, is in Kajabi. And it's just, I love that platform so much. So that's why I left Constant Contact, because the form, the price wasn't quite worth what I was getting considering. Oh my gosh, Parabola West just pulled the trigger and signed up. You've been hanging out for a while. I see you. I'm so excited. Yes. Okay. So anyone that's signing up while I'm still talking until I click end here gets a Zoom call with me. It's a group call. I'll send out a doodle so that we can all schedule it so that we are together, but you'll start to meet people. It might be your first cross promotion on the Zoom call. So we won't meet this week. Meet probably next week or the week after, so you can dig into the course a little bit, and just like take a look around in the Facebook group, and we'll schedule a call when everyone can make it, and we'll have some wine and we'll talk email. We'll talk about you and your music. So, because I'm normally like several $100s to get on a phone call and like hang out with or get coaching. I have 850 hours of life coach training. I don't have a life coaching business, but it's something that I wanted to be able to answer questions and be really effective when I am talking to musicians and for myself. So it's like a really good bonus if you sign up now. I'm just saying. All right, guys, this has been fun. Kajabi is better than Infusionsoft. It's way less expensive than Infusionsoft, and I think it is better than Infusionsoft. Yes. Robin from WeBrock, congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Shoot me an email and we got you. So yeah, you guys. All right. I think I answered all the questions. You can always join the In the Key of Success Facebook group. Ask questions in there. That is where I love answering questions. And you can also come back tomorrow night and ask questions there. You can leave comments on this video if you come back and watch it at half speed, because I know I talked really fast. But I adore you all, and thank you so much. And tell your musician friends if you think that this is going to make a difference for them. I hope that this was beneficial for you. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and go level up your music career and rock the email list. So go sign up. The link is below, right there. All right. Thanks for being with me, you guys. Bye.